All right, what's up, you all? Let me just jump right into it. We don't have any time to waste. I'm gonna start this video off with a guy giving a great illustration.
Enough to provide for us anymore, so we have to get out there in the workforce.
All right, let me let some people come over here on YouTube, and then I can get started. Hope everybody's having a good evening. This Fani Willis thing is it's sad. I told black women, I said when Kevin Samuels passed away, I said, you all are going to pay for that. Y'all are going to pay for it. And what you're seeing now is that black women have become Satan's armor. Satan now has protection from any kind of scrutiny and is using black women. That is what black women have become. They become a shield for sin and evil. So what they do is when they want to push some wicked agenda, they put a black woman in front of it. Same with abortion, same with those shots, same with all this stuff. You got black women running Democratic Party. They're the muscle for Democratic Party. They're the muscle. But you got black women all entrenched in this whole leftist, woke, communist movement. There's black women everywhere, at the forefront. But let's continue with this. Let's continue.
You don't make enough to provide for us anymore, so we have to get out there in the workforce.
Right, because you voted for laws that give the jobs to you instead of to us. You know that, right? You have to know about this, right? Women have been saying for decades, they've been saying, we get 77 cents on the... Women want to get paid equal. They don't want to work equal. They just want to get paid equal. So they went to the government and they voted for the government to make things equal. And now that things are equal, women have raised their standards and they're saying, men can't provide anymore. You voted for that. You know that, right? The government takes money from men and gives it to corporations if they meet diversity quotas. So we are being forced to pay to put ourselves out of work so you can be equal. Men and women don't put the same amount of effort into the workplace, and so they get different rewards out of it. But women wanted to make it equal.
So they talk about a pay gap, and the pay gap is a myth. The pay gap is a communist argument because the goal of it is to get everybody to have the same wage, which is ridiculous. You're saying that a woman that wants to do crocheting for a living and a construction worker should get paid the same. What he said is correct. Women don't do the same type nor amount of work. It just doesn't happen. Women, as a matter of fact, they've done studies on this. Women don't choose laborious jobs that pay more. They don't. Women don't choose the jobs that pay more. They don't. This is a fact. Women tend to pick liberal science jobs, liberal science careers. Jobs don't require a lot of physical activity and a lot of not that much technical know-how. So again, the pay gap is a farce. The wage gap is a farce. The WNBA has to get subsidized by the NBA, meaning if the WNBA was on its own, it wouldn't even exist. But these women want to get paid comparable to the men. But all these people fighting for WNBA, but don't go to the games. They don't buy the jerseys. They don't go to the games. They don't support them. And that's how you know it's wicked and evil, because you got folks making an argument about something they don't support. Nobody will ever want to watch women's sports. And it's not a gender thing. It's just that people have to choose between men fighting to the death or women. They're most oftentimes going to choose men. It is what it is. I don't know if it's human psychology. I don't know what it is. But again, the argument about this pay gap is communist. You see, women went to the government and the government incentivized corporations to hire women, to hire trans, to hire LGBTQ, to hire POCs. But you got to think, if you're hiring people based on those qualifications, you're not going to get quality individuals. I don't know very many people that are fighting for their rights as trans and LGBTQ and all this stuff that are actually good workers. I don't. Because a good worker don't have time to protest. I'm sorry. Let's continue.
When men made more, women could find men who made more. But now women are making more, and they can't find men who make more. But it's not because you're running faster than us, it's because you voted to redistribute the trophies. So my money goes to the government, and the government gives that money to corporations, and then when I apply for a job, the corporation says, you may not have that job. We need more women to satisfy our government free money requirements.
I think Rena asked, what's this guy's name? I don't know his name, but this is from a TikTok page. I got it from the Real Kush Day, but he got it from Ho Math on TikTok. At Ho, Hoe _ math, MATH. Maybe the guy will be tagged. I don't know. But this guy has a brilliant breakdown. And he talked about, again, women going to the government to get equality. The problem is that all of these things are based on false premises. So imagine you fix a problem imagine you fixing something that isn't broke. You're going to break it. That might be a good quote for tonight. Trying to fix something that isn't broke you'll end up breaking it. I don't know if I can say it better, but so what the government did was try to fix something that wasn't broke. And now it's just chaos. So now women are complaining and saying that men can't provide, but here we are.
So you want men to pay, but you voted to take away our ability to do that. You can only have two of these. You can have equal pay by law, men take care of you, and the eligible men are loyal. If all of you are going after a few guys, then the eligible guys are going to have access to lots of women. So if you want equal pay by law and men to pay for everything, all of you are going to be going after just this section. So if you stopped voting for money to go like that, then we would still have more money to be able to spend on you. This situation is like a dog that wants you to throw a ball, but it won't drop it. We want men to pay. Okay, let me go get a job. No, you can't have that. That's for women. We need equality. Okay, then go date the men who have more money. Where have all the good men gone? I mean, you have to know about this, right? Everyone knows this, right? Please tell me that you knew this.
And this is why it's not optimal for women to lead, for this very reason. This is why the Bible talks about women not being able to be preachers, because you're not supposed to have authority over a man. Could you imagine if Fani Willis was president? Could you imagine if Kamala Harris was president? Could you imagine if Big Mike was president? So again, there's something to say about God recognizing what type of destruction is caused when a woman has rule over a man. Even men that let women dog them or rule over them is a chaotic situation. Even that's bad. Even that situation is bad. The household is chaotic. Yes, if you fix something that isn't broken, you'll end up breaking something that wasn't broke. But again, I'm not saying that women can't lead. I'm simply saying that under women's leadership, it's going to be difficult for a man, especially if he's principled, because his view of life is different than hers. Most women are not security based. Most men are. So most men have to assess, how am I able to secure myself and my family? Most women don't. It's not even a concern most of the time. Women think about security most of the time when they're either somewhere alone in a vulnerable situation, but men think about it all the time. But let's get into it. But the guy gave a brilliant breakdown.
But it has been us as black women who have never been examined. We have been protected. We have been insulated. We have been kept from any kind of criticism about our personal behavior in the home and outside of the home. And we have been given the false compliment that we are the backbone of the black nation. There is no doubt in any community in this country that the men in those communities are the backbone of their nations. There's no doubt in the white community that the white man is the backbone of his nation. The European, the Buddhist, the Korean, the Japanese, the Hispanic, all of those men are the backbones of their community, and there's no doubt about it. It is only in the black community where those values have been transposed and where they put that burden on us and tell us that we are the backbone of the black community, which is a direct insult to the black man and implies that he don't have no backbone and that his women have to represent him. I remind people.
So, Shah Razad Ali said something very profound here, and she said that black women have escaped scrutiny. They have not been examined. And this is true today. You can't name any notorious black female figures in history. You can't name any black female villains. If you think about all the folks we've seen throughout history, where are the women that were the bad black women? They don't even exist. So there's already a subconscious seed that black women are already good, along with terms like the black woman is God and goddesses and queens. Black men are the only men on the planet that refer to their women as queens, but get the least amount of respect. Think about that. I'm not saying it's not that they should get respect. I'm simply saying that the black man is the only man that literally calls a woman a queen and gets the least amount of respect. Because calling her a queen is ungodly. Why is it ungodly? Because she didn't earn the right to be called a queen. Because you're calling her a queen based on appearance, not character, not virtue. And so what we find is that when you see black women in any kind of public space, they're already given privilege. More than white women, more than Hispanic women, black women have privilege. You don't see any negative portrayals of black women. And don't say Sexy Red and Sukihana, because black women want that. You don't know any image that black women have that's unwanted. None. Even when black women are out of pocket, it gets celebrated. Even when black women are wrong, it gets covered up. Even when black women are in violation, it gets supported. The amount of black women supporting Fani Willis is insane. I'd venture to say that 95% of black women support her. 95%. So the problem we have here is that Satan has convinced black people that they can find salvation through their skin. Ironically, the indication that man is in a fallen state is the fact that we have skin. After Adam and Eve ate the fruit, or after Adam ate the fruit, they realized that they were naked. So the indication of sin is skin. So the fact that the devil went all the way back to the garden to use something. He went all the way back. So you know what? Let's start from the beginning. I'm going to get these people to see virtue in their appearance. None of you all had any say so in you all coming out that womb how you did. But for some reason, you're taking credit for it, which is a horrible character flaw. Taking credit for something you didn't earn. One lady on my page said that Fani Willis was honorable. And I told you all when Kevin Samuels died, y'all were going to get exposed because the intent behind you all going against Kevin Samuels was that he was telling the truth. You said, why did he say it like that? Or why did he say this? Or how could he say that? But y'all never said he was lying. So that means that the black woman was willing to sabotage the black community based on how she felt. And I can't blame you all too much because the black man has not helped in this process. Because he hasn't really set a standard for you all to be held accountable to. That's why most of y'all are so reckless. Because black men haven't even set the standard for you all to even follow. The black man can't even enforce anything because he hasn't set any standards. Because he himself is wayward. But let's continue. Let's continue. Where should I start? Let me.
We had gotten through Mr. Wade of his false interrogatory, serious business for a lawyer or anybody, and then suddenly he's changing it. She files her financial declarations, same problems. We need her in here to go over all of this and to explain exactly what happened. So we would ask the court that the court allow Ms. Willis to be called and interrogated on these matters.
And I would too, Your Honor.
Just a moment, Ms. Willis. So, Ms. Cross, I don't know if you want to speak with Ms. Willis now. It's sounding like maybe they're withdrawing the objection to the motion.
I believe the motion to
Or does Ms. Willis want to take the lead here?
withdraw the motion to quash Ms. Willis.
Based on the, I'm ready to go.
Okay, so the position of the district attorney at this point is that she's no longer contesting the subpoena. Ms. Merchant.
That clip was kind of low. The audio was kind of low on that clip. Maybe this one will be a little better. Hold on, hopefully.
Heard someone yell, his testimony is done. It only made sense to me that I would be your next witness. And I've been very anxious to have this conversation with him today. So I ran to the courtroom.
So as soon as you heard that Mr. Wade was done testifying, that's when you just assumed you would be the next witness?
It only makes sense.
Did you listen to any of the testimony?
I've been in my office pacing, ma'am.
Did you listen to any of the arguments?
I did hear the arguments this morning. It's ridiculous to me that you lied on Monday, and yet here we still are. And I did listen to that argument.
All right, so that was it, just the argument, no testimony.
Right, I listened to the argument this morning where Adam Abadi, I thought, did an excellent job pointing out how dishonest you were with the court on Monday. And I'm actually surprised that the hearing continued. But since it did, here I am.
Great.
Now, again, you know, Fani, again, has the protection of the woke mob. She has the protection of the communists, the Marxists, the LGBTQs, the liberals. She got the protection of all of them. She knows it. The media, everybody's behind Fani Willis. Everybody. Make no mistake about it. The machine is behind Fani Willis, and she knows it. Imagine you running into the court to be examined by a lawyer that you weren't even called. No, nobody called her. She just went on her own. Imagine that. Not listening to any testimony, just ready to talk. But you want to convince me that she's qualified for the job. She's going up in the courtroom, not being called. She's not listening to the testimony. Just she can do what she want to do. And black women love it. Black women love this chaos and disorder. They love it. What Fani Willis is displaying is Satan. And black women love it. Black women love to see a black woman talking like this to white people. And again, when I made my video, folks got mad. I said that if you all had to choose between Christ or your skin color, most black folks are going to choose their skin color. People got mad, but it's true. Y'all are choosing Fani Willis not because she's innocent, but because she's black. That's the only reason. Because she's black. Let's continue.
And keep the answers confined to the question as best you can. I think you'll have more than enough ample opportunity on when the state was
Well,
able
it's
to ask
highly
follow-ups.
offensive when someone lies on you, and it's highly offensive when they try to implicate that you slept with somebody the first day you met with them, and I take exception to it.
All right. Well, Ms. Willis, she'll have the opportunity to explain all of that when it's the state's.
Who believes that Fani Willis, if she would mess with a married man, what makes her above sleeping with somebody on the first date? Like, look at what she's upset at. You are sleeping with a married man as if you not going on the first date is somehow good. Nobody believes that she didn't sleep with that man on the first date. I don't. Matter of fact, I'm going to go a step further. She slept with him before they went on a date. This is a modern black woman, Jezebel, woman king, black girl magic. They answer to nobody, and especially not God. She went into the church and literally said, I should be given a pass because I'm trying to save the world. Literally, that's what she said in church, and she got a standing ovation. So when I hear black women talking, I always look to who you all follow. And I said this last year, who are the good black women for black women to follow? Who are the black women that black women should look up to? And nobody could tell me. Kamala Harris, Big Mike, Maxine Waters. Think about who black women look up to. Beyonce. Not only are they not good women, they're satanic and demonic. So what Fani Willis is doing is she's putting the Jezebel spirit on display. And black women have a choice. If she was white, you would not have 95% of white women supporting her. You just wouldn't. If Fani Willis was white, you will not have 95% of white women supporting her. But you do have it when it comes to black women, because this is the image that black women love. Whether they say it is or not, this is what they love. Talking crazy, doing what they want to do, breaking all the rules. That's what black women like. That same Eve spirit. I'm going to eat the fruit anyway. Matter of fact, I'm going to make some lemonade out of it.
Turn to ask more open-ended questions.
Yeah.
Ms. Merchant.
Thank you, Judge. So again, my question was, you all met at that conference, though, right?
We did the meeting.
Okay.
He, as I stated, he taught the class. I did not actually meet him when he taught the class. I walked out of the class, and I'm not sure if it was that exact class or we had went to lunch, but we were standing in the vestibule, like outside of the class. Me and Judge Reeves were having a conversation. She had worked at a law firm I worked at back in 1996.
We're getting way afar. I mean, I don't mind her explaining her answers, but I literally just asked if they met at that conference.
Explaining how she met Mr. Wade, which was exactly the question.
You talking too much. Why are you talking this much? Why? You know why she's talking this much? Because she knows she's not going to get in trouble. When I heard black people say back in 2020, they didn't care if Joe Biden cheated, I said it's over. That means that black people culturally are okay with stuff not being done right. Everybody knows good and well she was sleeping with this man. That man was married. She didn't have no claims on that man, none. She wasn't calling no shots. He was. She got to see him on his terms, on his time, because he's married. Somebody on my page said she didn't know he was married. Another woman said she's honorable. Another guy said, you becoming predictable with your rhetoric. I ain't predictable. Let's see. You voted for Joe. You got the shot. You're a liberal. You support abortion. What are we talking about? Everything the machine says do, you do it. But I'm predictable. Let's continue.
Ask a more precise
Yes,
question.
please, give me the time period. that we're
Mr.
talking
Wade
about.
visited you at the place you laid your head.
When?
Has he ever visited you at the place you laid your head?
So let's be clear, because you lied in this. Let me tell you which one you lied in. Right here. I think you lied right here. No. This is the truth,
Judge,
And
this
it is a lie. It is a lie.
Ms. Willis?
You see.
Mr. Sena, thank you. We're going to take 5 minutes.
Now tell me, who thinks Fani Willis is lying when she says it's a lie? Everybody believes her. Black women have privilege. Everything she's saying on this stand is taken as truth. Everything. Nobody is saying that Fani Willis is lying. And I know she's lying. She going to the White House, meeting with Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, coming up with a plan on how to bring down Trump. Facts. That is factual.
Be back in 5.
May I go to the bathroom?
It's actually sad though, but you know, the show must go on.
Have cash at the house. That has been, I don't know, all my life. If you're a woman and you go on a date with a man, you better have $200 in your pocket. So if that man acts up, you can go where you want to go.
The money that you paid Mr. Wade, the cash, in October of 2022, you do not know where that money came from.
I do know where it came from. It came from my sweat and tears. No. This is the truth.
Judge,
and it is a lie. It is a lie. I'm not going to emasculate a black man, but I'm just telling you.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm not going to emasculate a black man. Did you understand that? We're here about this money. Mr. Wade is used to women that, as he told me one time, the only thing a woman can do for him is make him a sandwich. We would have brutal.
Now, who do you think she's talking about right there? Who do you think she's talking about? When she says, he says that all a woman can do is make him a sandwich. Who is she taking a dig at? Notice she said he's used to women. So she's talking about his wife, which I can guarantee she don't like because his wife look good. His wife looks very good. She had a good looking wife. So I already know she don't like the wife. So she basically saying that I ain't like your wife because I stand up for myself. I speak out. I talk. That's what she's saying right now. That's what she's saying. And black women, listen to me. Black women love this drama. Black women love this mess. They love it. They love it. 95% of black women like this. I said 95%. 95%.
Arguments about the fact that I am your equal. I don't need anything from a man. A man is not a plan. A man is a companion.
She's talking about, she's taking a dig at his wife. So basically she's saying your wife is what they call a pick-me. I'm telling you what she's doing. Because she feels she's better than his wife. Let's continue.
And so there was tension always in our relationship.
Wow. Who's she winking to? Imagine you're about to be thrown off of a case and you're winking. I told you, because she knows the system is set up. Nobody can tell me that any of this stuff is true because the machine is liberal. When you see an ad that says vote, that's for you to vote Democrat, not for you to vote conservative. You don't even see conservative commercials. You don't see conservative movies, conservative TV shows. You don't see nothing conservative. Everything around you is liberal. Everything. Everything is pushing socialism and communism all around us. So she's confident because she knows she's hand in hand with the Biden administration. She already knows. I just don't want to hear any more black women talk about they're not protected. Don't say you aren't protected. Don't say that black men don't want you. Just say that y'all made a deal with Satan. You have the audacity to talk about the passport bros, but then you're asking them to pick this. He'd rather go to a village in Guam than deal with this foolishness. Why wouldn't he? Why would he not want to get with a woman that at least values family and respects men? You want him to deal with a career woman and he got to put up with this mess. But her whole mission is to destroy the country. Let's continue.
Had I been the judge, I would lock that bitch up so fast, make her head swim. As a matter of fact, I would tell the little police person that's standing there, the guard, drag this bitch out of here, lock her in the dirtiest cell you have back there, and don't give her any water. That is pure evil. And she called herself a a district attorney, a DA. Now do you see what I mean when I say you're making a horrible mistake of putting these blacks in charge of the country? This is what you're getting. And it's going to get worse. She pointed her finger at the judge like a black female mama. I said, you know what? Let's adjourn for the day. And officer, drag this bitch in the back. Drag her. Don't even let her walk. Pull her by her hair and lock her up. What does she think she's doing?
Don't pull her by her hair, officer, because it might come off. Grab her by the shoulders. But go ahead. Go ahead.
Wink of her eye, just literally carrying on. And she calls herself a DA. You see this in all these black females that you're putting in your government, in your schools, in your churches, in your police department. What do you think the outcome going to be? Black bitch attitude.
That was Jesse Lee Peterson. I never heard him curse before, but I'm going to say this, right? And again, if you are okay with things being wrong, you're not going to go to heaven. The end result of everything we're seeing today, the end result is hell. I know that sounds bad, but you're not going to heaven. So if you're okay with somebody doing wrong, you're not going. This is for believers. This is for believers. If you follow people that don't follow God, they're going to lead you to hell. That's how it works. Somebody said, why do black guys say this to their women? This is not all black women. This is 95% of black women. 95%. Supporting Fani Willis is 95% of black women. Charlie Kirk said, he gave an example of dealing with a moronic black woman. And Fani Willis is a moronic black woman, and we've all dealt with them. There's far too many of them in customer service. Somebody say, that's reaching. Is it? Is it really reaching? Fani Willis is the same as Beyonce, is the same as Kamala Harris, is the same as Cardi B. They all have the same spirit. They look different, but Nicki Minaj and Beyonce and Cardi B, Kamala Harris, Ketanji Brown, Big Mike, all of them have the same spirit. Oprah, it's the same spirit. It's the same Jezebel spirit. And we can all agree that if I get a group of all the black women that black women look up to, it's 95%. It's 95%. So if I take Kamala Harris, if I take Oprah, if I take Ketanji Brown, if I take Big Mike, if I take the top 5 most popular black females, 95% of black women follow them. Those 5 black females all have the same spirit. I knew it was going to be a problem when I saw the women outside of the White House singing WAP when Biden won. The same women that said Trump was wrong for saying that women would let him do it. Women would let a billionaire do it or a rich man do it, which is true. Which is true. But Trump got condemned for saying that they would. Not even that he did, that they would do it. And it's a true statement. But then when they won, they were singing WAP. I said, well, wait a minute. Were y'all really offended by Trump? Oh, I got it. I got it. Y'all just want to be in charge. Y'all just want to be on top. It's nothing to do with gender equality, nothing to do with equity, nothing to do with conclusion. These folks want to be in control. I got a simp on here, and this simp just said black women are going through it. What are black women going through? Can someone tell me? The girl faked the kidnapping. She said she got abducted. Did she go to jail? No. No. Ketanji Brown had 2 cases where she let some pedophiles go and they ended up reoffending with small children. Was she still allowed to be on the Supreme Court? Yes. Cardi B admitted to drugging men and having transgenders rape them. Did she get in trouble for that or condemned? No. You can't name anywhere where black women are going through it. Black women have carte blanche in the world. Black women have carte. You can't name no in any facet where a black woman gets held accountable. The only black woman that gets held accountable is Candace Owens. That's it. Only conservative black women get held accountable, not liberal ones, not Democrat ones. You can go to The View. You can watch The View. Sonny and them be running their mouth, be wrong all the time. Nobody says a word about it. So when you tell me that black women are going through something, I'm trying to figure out what are black women going through, because all I see is a free pass to cause destruction. Fani Willis went to a church, got in a pulpit and said, "Give me a pass because I'm trying to save the world," and got a standing ovation. And you're telling me that black women are going through it. It's a lie, and I rebuke it. Black women condemn marriage. The term pick me, which means you condemning a woman that wants to be married, came from black women. When Kevin Samuels died, black women celebrated. So again, please explain to me what black women are going through today. Thank you. Over 70% of black women are single mothers.
What the defense attorneys thought this was going to be, but let me tell y'all the exact moment I knew the girls were in danger.
Calder's the next witness.
I would ask, I need 3 documents in front of me, and they're the 3 filings of Ms.
Let me break that down for everybody. When a witness you are cross-examining, mind you, walks to the stand that confidently, and before they even sit down, they start telling the court and telling everybody what they need, and everybody's scrambling to get them what they need, edges are about to be snatched. This was really a masterclass, I believe, in how to handle yourself on the stand as a witness. Now, note, I am not calling Attorney Willis a hostile witness. I think that black women, we get stereotyped whenever we're trying to stand up for ourselves. Whenever we are assertive, whenever we are clear, whenever we're not meek and we don't back down, we are called hostile. And I don't think Attorney Willis was hostile here. Her tone was calm and collected. She never raised her voice. She didn't call the defense attorney out of her name in court. Now, whether she called them out of their name off court because she said she had a few choices.
Again, most black women share these sentiments. And guess what? If Big Mike runs for president, it's going to be proven. The majority of black women are going to vote for Kamala Harris or Michelle Obama. It will be a record number of black women that vote if they run for president. Mark my words, a record number. So again, this notion that it's some black women is a lie. This is the culture that black women have created. And it's entrenched in that Jezebel spirit. Let's see about Jezebel in Revelations. Let's see what it says about Jezebel. If we go to Revelations, Revelations 2:20 is actually a good chapter. Notwithstanding, I have a few things against thee, because thou sufferest that woman Jezebel, which calleth herself a prophetess, to teach and to seduce my servants to commit fornication and to eat things sacrificed unto idols. It's Jezebel's spirit. So when you all see black women supporting all this sex stuff and being overly sexualized, that's not anybody doing it too. That's what black women want to do. Nobody is forcing black women to be sexualized. And then they come up with a lie and said, well, that's from slavery, Blanche. It's a lie. It's a bold-faced lie because black women were modest after slavery. You see, the whole slavery argument gets destroyed because the behavior that we see today, we didn't see after slavery. So clearly, slavery couldn't be the cause. Kamala was known for being a loose woman, and she became vice president. There is no white woman in American history that could be known for being loose and be the vice president. No one. No one. Hillary Clinton wasn't even known, even though she's an undercover stud, she wasn't even known for being loose, anything sexual. She's known for being asexual. She couldn't even be president. Kamala Harris was literally known for being loose in the streets, literally for the streets, and she got to be vice president. Don't tell me that black women ain't going through nothing. Don't tell me that. Or black women are going through something. They're not. Most black women indulge in this black girl magic culture. They do. It's a fact. They indulge in it. Not some, not a few, most. 95%. If black women had to choose between Christ and Fani Willis taking Trump down, what would they pick? Who thinks? If black women had to choose right now, you can choose Christ or you can choose for Fani Willis to defeat Trump. What would black women pick? Honestly. What would black women pick? Honestly. If black women had to choose between Christ or Fani Willis being the woman that took down Trump, what would black women pick? Y'all know the answer. Y'all know the answer. Somebody said, why did you, I can't stand these men my ancestors created. Again, when I'm speaking the truth, you can tell because a hit dog is going to holler. This person on my live, and all they can say is they disagree. Not that I'm wrong. They disagree. But they disagree because they already have the Jezebel spirit in them. For the men, it's the Jezebel spirit. And for women, it's the Jezebel spirit. Because these men running around here got the same soft, gelatin backbone, jellyfish spineless attitude towards the world. And we in chaos now because these men are weak and they're sorry. And they've already become slaves to vagina. So these men are already weak. That's another issue. The men can't even combat what's even going on because they're so weak. They're submitting to the women. You got men on here advocating for Fani Willis. You got men on here advocating for a woman that is supposed to be in a moral position, cheating with a man who is married, going against another black woman, causing havoc in another black woman's house, being a poor example for young black girls, literally causing destruction in the black community, and these people have the audacity to be upset with me. So when I say that black folks are going to usher in the Antichrist, this is what I mean. The same way Eve said, I want to be like God, I'm going to eat the fruit, is the same thing these black women are doing. The devil used the same trick. That Satan told these black women that you all can be not equal to men, but you all can be better than men. You all can be over men. And then black folks had the audacity to use blasphemy and say that the black woman was God. And you wonder why we have chaos in the black community. How many black women would agree that the black woman is God? About 95%. How many black women agree with abortion? About 95%. How many black women voted for Joe Biden? About 95%. I'm not making this stuff up. It's true. This is a culture that black women have created. They can get mad at me all they want. I'm not going to hold my tongue. I'm not weak like your baby daddy or your father or your boyfriend or your husband. I'm not weak like that. I'm going to tell you the truth and then tell you to kick rocks. I'm going to tell you, go repent, then kick rocks. I can't stand the man my ancestors created. Your ancestors. Your ancestors were degenerate scum bags. You know why? Because y'all still crying. Your ancestors was pagan, worshiping false gods, sacrificing people, eating people. Your ancestors was causing havoc upon the earth, starting with Adam and Eve. Your ancestors ushered sin into the world. Your ancestors ushered murder into the world. The first sin was committed by black people. Murder, the first murder committed by black people. The first incidents of homosexuality, black people. According to that Bible, black folks ushered in destruction and damnation upon the earth. I didn't make it up. That's what the Bible said. If y'all say Adam and Eve is black, then that means black folks ushered in sin into the world. That ain't what I'm saying. That's what y'all said. I'm going with y'all.
You don't got a man. Who told y'all I ain't have a man? That's on y'all think I don't got a man because I don't post niggas. I don't post niggas. Do I look like a bitch to post niggas? I don't post them. Trying to find out who I'm fucking. Bet I'll go find Dory.
Y'all think black women don't like Glorilla? Y'all think, hold on, I'm gonna play this again. Play this again.
Tell me why you don't got a man. Who told y'all I ain't have a man? That's on y'all think I don't got a man because I don't post niggas. I don't post niggas. Do I look like a bitch to post niggas? I don't post them. Trying to find out who I'm fucking. Bet I'll go find Dory.
Again, so black women support this. Glorilla is only where she is because of black women. Sexy Red too. Beyonce. Like, you understand that these women are only where they are because of black women. I'm not making this up. They play Beyonce songs in church. I'm not making this up. Come on, y'all.
Daddy did not come to play. He was down there in Georgia in that courtroom testifying about his daughter and about how he raised her and explained the cash situation. So you remember yesterday, it was real salacious. The special prosecutor that was on the stand that Fani Willis hired, Mr. Wade testified that Fani Willis would basically pay him back with the cash. Okay, I'm glad Fani actually testified because then that would have just been floating out there and it would have looked real weird because most of us don't carry cash like that anymore. Well, when Fani came in and bossed up and was like, my daddy told me to carry cash, and as much as y'all try to put me on trial, I'm not on trial. Them people over there trying to steal that election, they are on trial. And I don't need a man. A man is not a plan. A man is a companion. I said, sis, that's the kind of energy I want my daughter to have. That's the kind of energy I want my wife to have. So I'm glad she testified to say, look,
this man is straight. This man is straight. I'm gonna play it again. So y'all don't think I'm crazy. This is what I'm talking about. Play it again.
Willis' daddy did not come to play. He was down there in Georgia in that courtroom testifying about his daughter and about how he raised her and explained the cash situation. So you remember yesterday, it was real salacious. The special prosecutor that was on the stand that Fani Willis hired, Mr. Wade testified that Fani Willis would basically pay him back with the cash. Okay, I'm glad Fani actually testified, because then that would have just been floating out there and it would have looked real weird, like, because most of us don't carry cash like that anymore. Well, when Fani came in and bossed up and was like, my daddy told me to carry cash, and as much as y'all try to put me on trial, I'm not on trial. Them people over there trying to steal that election, they are on trial. And I don't need a man. A man is not a plan. A man is a companion. I said, sis, that's the kind of energy I want my daughter to have. That's the kind of energy I want my wife to have. So I'm glad she testified to say, look, my daddy told me keep some cash on me because you never know what happened. Well, her daddy came through today and basically was like, listen, back in the day, the people wouldn't take my money because I was black on my credit card. So I keeps cash. And I told her to keep.
Again, you got the Jezebel spirit and the Jezebel spirit. Now, clearly, this man is not straight. Clearly. But the fact that he's saying this, and this video went viral, because even though black women know he ain't straight, even though they know when he says wife, he means guy, even though they know when he says daughter, he means adopted, even though they know this, or down low and get with a woman and get rid of her, even though they know this, they still support this because it feeds the black female ego. The biggest supporters of the LGBTQ, don't forget X, Y, and Z movement is black women. Black women support the movement the most. There's just a viral video of the big black girl talking about being a virgin is a myth. Imagine a black woman telling millions of young black girls that being a virgin is a myth. Go out there and be loose. And then black folks come on my channel, on my page, and get mad at me. Imagine black folks getting mad at me, and I'm telling young girls away from marriage, and another woman is telling black women to just be loose in the streets. Black women support her, but then get mad at me. But you all want to convince me that you're not going to usher in the Antichrist. I don't believe you. You're already doing it. You're already doing it. Y'all can't name one thing I've told black folks to do that is negative. Not one thing. Y'all can't name one thing that I've told black people to do that is negative. Not one. I can get your favorite black celebrities, and they've told y'all 1,000 things to do that are wrong. But guess what? They get your blind allegiance and loyalty. This man said, that's the kind of energy I want my wife to have. Listen, I'll be right back, Instagram. My time is running out. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second, YouTube. 1 second. A man is not a plan. He's a companion. Guess what that means? She don't believe in marriage. Now imagine black women celebrating that quote and not even realizing what it means. She's talking about she's not going to be a wife and submit. That's what she's saying. I'm not going to be like Nate's wife and submit. I'm going to be his equal, which means she don't believe in marriage. She believes in running the show. Like I said, Jezebel spirit. Let's continue.
I want to thank God for my daughter's health. My baby's had COVID 3 times, and the first 2 times she wasn't vaccinated. But she has the residual of a heart condition, and she is doing well. She's still I also want to thank God for my daughter's health. My baby's had COVID 3 times, and the first 2 times she wasn't vaccinated. But she has the residual of a heart condition, and she is doing well. She's still
Now, tell me who would be able to go into that church and educate them women? Who would be able to go in there and tell them, listen, y'all, this is what's really going on? Nobody. Nobody. We got a picture right here of 3 black women, all 3 of them overweight, all 3 of them got the snake bite, all 3 of them got poor diets, all 3 of them love Beyonce, they love the foolishness. I ain't making this up, y'all. I know it may seem like it, but I ain't making it up.
I'm not trying to be racist, okay? But it's a black thing, okay? You know, I was trained, and most black folks, they hide cash or they keep cash. And I trained, you always keep some cash, because I've been places, and just because of the color of my skin, for example, I took a fellowship at Harvard when my daughter was just if I might, Your Honor, if I might, when I was just, she was just, maybe 3 years old.
How were you denied because of the color of your skin, but you're doing a fellowship? And now keep in mind, he's a former Black Panther. Now think about this now. Former Black Panther, communist, went to Harvard. He has the whole liberal credentials. She working with the White House government, like it's all connected. So he's lying right now. There's no way you can say your skin got in the way and you doing a fellowship at Harvard. We can all agree on that. All this America being racist inconsistently is cap. Either America's racist or it's not. When you go to China, it's communist. And it ain't picking and choosing where it's communist. China is communist. America is the only place where the government is hit and miss. It's racist over here, but not over here. Racist in the morning, but not at night. It's foolishness. He is a former Black Panther, current communist. He is spitting false rhetoric. I don't care about him looking old and feeble. He's a liar. He's an old crook and a swindler and a shyster. Thank you, Vic. He did a horrible job raising his child. And the reason why he doesn't answer the question is because he's lying. Listen, the witnesses did not have to be prepped because the wind is in the bag. They're not going to get in trouble. Juicy Smollett lied. That police chief came on TV and said they went behind our back and brokered a deal. Who is this they? Who would have power to step over the chief of police in Chicago? The win is in the bad people because the whole system is Democratic and liberal. This is why the notion of racism is a lie, because the system is ran by Democrats and liberals. This is a fact. You don't believe me? Cut the TV on. Let's rewind this.
I'm not trying to be racist, okay? But it's a black thing, okay? You know, I was trained, and most black folks, they hide cash or they keep cash. And I trained, you always keep some cash, because I've been places, and just because of the color of my skin, for example, I took a fellowship at Harvard when my daughter was just if I might, Your Honor, if I might, when I was just, she was just, maybe 3 years old. And I remember going to a restaurant in Cambridge, Massachusetts. And I had a American Express credit card and maybe a Visa or whatever. And I had a lot of what they call traveler's checks. I don't even know if they still have traveler's checks, but traveler's checks. And there was a sign said, with the credit card for whatever.
So in CRT, one of the components is storytelling. So a tactic is you tell a story to validate your position. So what they do is they give you a fictitious story and it makes you think they're authentic, but it's a lie. He got a visa. If America's so racist, how did he get an American Express card? If America is so racist, how did the black man, former member of the Panthers, get an American Express card? How did he get it? Okay.
Reasons the man would not take my American Express credit card. So I pulled out my Visa card, and he wouldn't take my Visa card. So then I pulled out my traveler's checks. He said, we don't take checks. Now these were traveler's checks. This was money. I had a $10 bill. I'll never forget this as long as I live. And he said, the bill for my wife at the time, Fani's mother, Fani, and myself was like $9.95, and I had a $10 bill. That was all.
Now, see, this story is very touching. And 95% of black people believe what he's saying. Because when black folks are on a stand with a microphone in front of them, on a stage, on a soapbox, and crying and complaining, they are believed. This is called black privilege. I know he's lying. But most black folks believe what he's saying. Most white folks believe what he's saying. Then I come in the room and say, man, he lying. Then they get mad at me. But Black, you don't know how it was back then for a black man with an American Express card. It was hard when you had good credit back then. It was hard when you had credit and it was good back then and you could pull it out, but the white folks saying they didn't like your credit. Y'all believe in this foolishness? Do y'all believe it? Do y'all believe it? Do y'all believe these stories? It doesn't make any sense. You got an American Express card, but America's racist. Come on. The white man didn't want to take my credit card. You know why he didn't? Because he knew you were scamming. That's why. That's why he didn't want to take it. You forgot to mention that they weren't your credit cards. How about that? They weren't your cards. That's why he said no. And the traveler checks weren't either. That's why he said no. You keep leaving that part out. Come on. I got another video with him. I got another video.
Issue of cash in this transaction, you said it was a black thing. How did you know that the cash was going to be an issue in this testimony?
Because I was asked for it and I was prepped by the lawyers and they asked me about it. What else?
And did you speak with Mr. Wade about your testimony?
No.
Did you speak with your daughter about your testimony?
She may have been present when the lawyers were. I really don't remember.
If Mr. Wade and your daughter were dating, you wouldn't have known that unless your daughter told you.
What do you? Maybe I'm not understanding your question, counsel. So maybe you want to restate. What is it that you're asking me?
Yeah, if it wasn't clear, I can re-ask the question. I'll rephrase it.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Mr. Wade. If Mr. Wade and your daughter were dating, you wouldn't have known that unless your daughter told you.
I did not know that they were dating.
Nah, man. Y'all can't be putting Grandpa up there, man. Grandpa, everybody going to prison when Grandpa finished talking. Trump, Fani, Willis, Nathan Wade, Nasty Nate, everybody going to prison. Y'all can't have Pastor anymore, man. Grandpa, man, he get up there, and y'all done got his blood pressure all up, and he upset. Y'all got to stop this, man. Get Grandpa out of there, ASAP.
You mean to tell me they served him and his family, but wouldn't accept his credit card? Listen, Mod 3 vid, this is what I'm talking about. His story doesn't make any sense. Remember the one lady had the story where she said, I was getting the best grades in the class. I got accused of cheating. When the professor stood over her, her grades went from straight A's to C's. You know what that means? That means you was cheating. Because him standing behind you not going to make you put down the wrong answer. So you was cheating. Just like Grandpa was lying. And again, former Black Panther, communist, wife working with the government. It's the irony of him supposedly fighting against the government and his daughter is working with the government to destroy the country. Come on, man. Felix said Fani is in her early 50s, so he was in a restaurant in the 1970s, not 1950s or 60s, and there were no segregated areas anymore. Money from anyone is king. Many no business in the liberal North will refuse his money. Oh, my bad. No business in the liberal North will refuse his money. Exactly. And when I get done with the show, I'm going to recognize everybody's super stickers. But exactly, during this time period, this was the 70s, again, the only way they don't want his card is that they want his cards. As simple as that. Christina Miller said, Fani and I are the same age. My parents were not discriminated against in 1974, lived in Philly. Exactly. So again, it's cap. But Black slavery did not end to the late 70s. You notice when they talk about slavery, they keep pushing the date back. They say that slavery didn't end to they keep pushing it back. One day y'all gonna wake up and they're gonna say that slavery didn't end until 2020 when Trump got out of office. Watch.
Y'all know the story of Harriet Tubman, but did y'all know low-key she was a powerful conjure woman? A lot of the routes that she took to get people out of slavery came through visions that she received, so she was clairvoyant. She also got visions through her dreams as well. Her third eye was off the charts. She was also a medicine woman, so she was able to...
Listen, I'm telling y'all something right now. Black people just make stuff up. Black people, first of all, Harriet Tubman didn't even exist. Go check my video out last couple of years ago on Harriet Tubman. Harriet Tubman is a fictional character. It's fiction. Black people just make stuff up. Just make it up. We know that Harriet Tubman couldn't deal with. Harriet Tubman would fall into these narcoleptic fits or sleeps where she'd be out of it. So imagine she's quote unquote freeing the slaves and then she passes out. What they gonna do? They don't know where to go. Harriet Tubman is freeing the slaves and she passes out. What are they gonna do? See how it doesn't make any sense? They said Harriet Tubman was a nurse, a spy, a soldier. She led troops. She chopped lumber. She hauled wood. Like, stop. Stop. She wasn't real. But this girl is saying this on this social media and nobody questions it. What she's saying is supposed to be fact. This is what I'm talking about. Black folks have a privilege that nobody else has. A black person can be talking and everybody believes them.
Y'all know the story of Harriet Tubman, but did y'all know low-key she was a powerful conjure woman? A lot of the routes that she took to get people out of slavery came through visions that she received, so she was clairvoyant. She also got visions through her dreams as well. Her third eye was off the charts. She was also a medicine woman, so she was able to heal any physical or emotional damages people were going through while they were traveling to their new land. But the biggest thing with her is that she had an unshakable faith in her spirituality and God. So when people tell you that hoodoo don't work because it didn't help us get out of slavery, refer back to my videos because there's a lot more than just Harriet Tubman and Frederick Douglass.
Yes. Y'all need to read more about Harriet Tubman more than what the hell they told us. Because there's a lot more to us than what they would ever allow us to know. They will never tell us. So we got to find this information out for ourselves. I don't mind. I love research.
What about this Negro makes you believe that he loves research? Nothing about this man tells me he's actually ever researched anything. Black people lie. It's just that simple. Black people lie. In fact, most of the time, black folks are lying. And I know because I used to lie when I was black. Part of me being black was the fact that I used to lie a lot. Not like lie, like, lie like stupid stuff, but you lie. Nothing about this man says that he loves research. Nothing. When black folks say research, they mean the Shade Room, CNN, or another ignorant, misinformed black person. When black folks say research, trust me. And one of the most saddest things is that culturally, black folks don't like to read, but God's word is in a book. You see that conundrum? Culturally, black folks don't like to read, but God's word is in a book. That's a problem, people. That is a huge problem. Let's continue. Let's continue.
Would have brutal arguments about the fact that I am your equal. I don't need anything from a man. A man is not a plan. A man is a companion. And so there was tension.
She's nasty, man. I mean, that's why I want to see her go down. She's an unkind person. Female Democrats are nasty, man. Black, white, or otherwise. They are just nasty, rude attitudes. I mean, look at them, just dropping in feminism and all of that stuff. I'm a strong, educated black man. You're an insecure chick. Man, honestly, I almost want to come out of retirement and woo her off her feet just to dog her. She would be that chick that I'd have to humble. Yeah, I go in there, yeah. All right. Look, man, see, your problem, you ain't never met a real man. You understand? I have her talking about the only man that can do something for me is Ken from Kevin's Corner. I love him. I love him. You know what? Psych! Right on TV. Get her all wrapped up. Yeah, you know what? I love you too. There it is. Psych on the motorbike. Face. Right when she go to give me some sugar. So you two look like a happy couple. You know what? I mean, how long have you been together? Oh, man. Fanny, my girl and everything. Yeah, boo. Psych. I'm breaking up with you on national TV. It's over. I never loved you. I never loved you. And thanks for the $650,000. Yes. Now go make me a ham sandwich. I'm like, now go get me a ham sandwich if you want me to stick around. There you go. Uh-huh. Hey, where's all that attitude now? Talk about some man. All right. I only think a man can do for me. Good luck sitting in the crib when you're about 75 petting cats.
Oh no, we're not upset. We were talking about Fani Willis, the black woman's new female icon. And black women should be ashamed for following Fani Willis. So cheering on a woman that is wrecking families and stealing taxpayers' money. That's all. We ain't upset. We just talking about old Fanny fan, old Fanny fan. Old Fanny fan. There was another video that I had that I don't see. For the real unwoke.
Char, you never take the stand as a witness. You don't do that. Thank you. You don't take the stand as a witness, you dummy. If you're going to be a criminal, textbook 101. You don't take the stand as a witness.
Ever.
You don't do that. You're going to tell on yourself. The prosecution is hostile, adversarial. They'll rip you to shreds. And this moron, this imbecile, listen to what she admits to.
Is fungible. We've had cash for years in my house. So for me to tell you the source of when it comes from, when you go to Publix and you buy something, you get $50, you throw it in there. It's been my whole life. When I took out a large amount of money on my first campaign, I kept some of the cash of that.
Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? Let me run it back, just in case you didn't hear it.
Intrusive into people's personal lives.
Hold up. Just in case you guys didn't hear it. Listen to what she says here.
Amount of money on my first campaign, I kept giving no written proof. Is that correct? So I have some.
So my question was, where did that cash originally come from? If it didn't come out of the bank,
cash is fungible. We've had cash for years in my house. So.
Did y'all hear what she just said? I'm trying to find this emoji. Did y'all hear what she just said? Listen.
So, the prosecution is hostile, adversarial. They'll rip you to shreds. And this moron, this imbecile, listen to what she admits to.
Listen.
Is fungible. We've had cash for years in my house. So for me to tell you the source of when it comes from, when you go to Publix and you buy something, you get $50, you throw it in there. When it's been my whole life. When I took out a large amount of money on my first campaign, I kept some of the cash of that.
Did y'all hear that?
Hold up.
Thank you.
Hold up. This woman said, I took out a large amount of money for my first campaign and did what with it? Those campaign funds are supposed to go to your campaign, not your personal use. She just admitted she took campaign funds. And nobody cares. She said for years. And the question I asked for the sensible is, if a person is going to be prosecuting another person, should that person have to have good character? I'm asking, shouldn't good character be a requirement if we are judging another person that we are saying has bad character? To me, bad character can't judge bad character. Good character can judge bad character, but bad character can't judge bad character. So if we're saying that Trump got bad character and Fani got bad character, how in the world is she able to hold him to the fire? But nobody cares. You know why? Because it's black girl magic. And we all know that that judge in New York ordered Trump to pay $360-some million, and there were no victims in the case. How is that possible? That is communism. Imagine in the future where you get sued and there are no victims. Where does the money go? To the state. That's how they bleed people dry. She just admitted she took the money.
Looking at Lando Calrissian in my mind, and Lady Sings the Blues and Mahogany, and just right. That's all I mean, just incredible. So you did start, as Whippy said, in the industry at a time when few people of color were on TV and in movies, and early.
Everybody's people of color.
Yes. Well, a black man.
Well, a brown-skinned man?
Brown-skinned man.
What was that phrase, the gender phrase? What do you call it?
Oh, toxic masculinity?
No.
Okay.
It's
binary, fluidity, gender fluid.
gender fluid.
Yeah.
Gender fluid.
Yeah, and my daughter got very excited about that.
Did she?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, because she's a liberal.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Those damn liberals!
Now, I like what he said. You know,
I'm just looking at Lando Calrissian in my mind, and Lady Sings the Blues and Mahogany, and just right. That's all I mean, just incredible. So you did start, as Whippy said, in the industry at a time when few people of color were on TV and in movies, and early.
Everybody's people of color.
I like what he said right there. He said everybody is a people of color because white people aren't actually white, just like black people aren't actually black. Everybody is a shade of brown. So I like what he said, everybody is a people of color. And what they're doing is they're saying that it's people of color. If you're not a person of color, then you're white, which makes white a negative term. Like I said in my live video, white has become a racial slur. It's a negative term. To say someone is white is negative. So I'm glad where he said that everybody's a POC, a person of color, because we all have color, even albinos.
Yes. Well, a black man.
Well, a brown-skinned man?
Brown-skinned man.
And then she said a black man, and he said a brown-skinned man. She said, yes, brown skin. Now I got somebody in here saying everybody. Nah, Again, no wisdom, no understanding. White people aren't actually white. And trying to get this in somebody's head, this program, is almost impossible. Everybody loves the Matrix movie, but they actually hate the Matrix movie. Because when it happens in real life, people get stupid. Everybody is a shade of brown. If you look at a color chart, they're all shades of brown. It starts at dark brown and it goes down. Everything is a shade of brown. But black, they ain't got no melanin. We got to shut up. Y'all are becoming insufferable. Everybody is a shade of brown. I don't care what you think or how you feel. Everybody is a shade of brown. Look at the color chart. When you see the makeup color chart, it goes from this color and goes down. As that color gets lighter, everything is a shade of brown. Goodness. Goodness.
What was that phrase? The gender phrase. What do you call it?
Oh, toxic masculinity?
No.
Okay.
It's
Binary, fluidity, gender fluid.
gender fluid.
Yeah. Gender fluid.
Yeah, and my daughter got very excited about that.
Did she?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, because she's a liberal.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Those damn liberals.
I like what Billy D said in this clip, though. I really do. Okay, let's go through these super stickers. What are these clips right here, though? What are these clips? Let me see. What are these clips?
Super Bowl Sunday. I hope that.
Oh, that was this girl in prison I saw. I stumbled upon this girl. She locked up. I just think it's funny. I was going to play what she said about, hold on. I think this was it.
People all over the world. My name Ariel. I'm in the state penitentiary. I just walked 15 down, y'all. 15. I've been locked up since I was 16 years old. I'm 31 now, and I come home in 5 months. So what's up? Is everybody trying to be on the countdown with me or what? Stay tuned, y'all.
Hold on. Now, that's this young lady. I just wanted to so I thought she was very interesting. Listen to what she says in this clip.
Thank y'all for being patient with me. I'm definitely giving y'all story time today. What y'all should be looking forward to is knowing that I've been victimized, traumatized, extorted. I've been shot 2 times, y'all, on 2 different occasions. And I killed the girl, all at the age of 16. I was bullied. I endured so much trauma. So just follow me, y'all.
Now, listen to what this girl done said. Listen to what she said. I'm going to play it again.
Y'all, thank y'all for being patient with me. I'm definitely giving y'all story time today. What y'all should be looking forward to is knowing that I've been victimized, traumatized, extorted. I've been shot 2 times, y'all, on 2 different occasions. And I killed the girl, all at the age of 16. I was bullied. I endured so much trauma. So just follow me, y'all.
I just thought it was interesting that she said I was a victim, I was traumatized. Now, oh, by the way, I killed somebody when I was 16 too. And I don't know. I was just like, come on, man. You not. Come on now. You ain't innocent. We ain't doing that. We are not doing that. She about to get out in a couple of months, I think. I don't know, man. Hopefully she gets out there with a new, lot on life. Hopefully I wish the best for her. She's like she's in good spirits, but she has been in there for 15 years since she was a child at 16. So it's a lot of development. When I know about folks to go to prison for a long time, it usually stunts their development, their growth. It usually come out as children because they've been in a situation where they've pretty much been taken care of by the state, being in prison. And you got shot 3 times? Goodness. 85? Goodness. You got to get out them streets. Goodness. Hold on. But again, this is the importance of the family structure. This is the importance of the man being in his proper position, the woman, it goes Christ, the man, the woman, the child in that proper order. And it's the reason why God put it in that order. So we don't have our young girls getting shot in the streets. What these people are pushing is chaos and death and destruction. Let's go to these super stickers. Jahan, thank you so much. What's up, Blanche in chat? Hope all is well with everyone. Thank you so much, Jahan. Appreciate it. Cruise Missile, always supporting. Thank you so much, sir, for your financial contributions. Wana, super sticker, thank you. Psalms 91, thank you so much. Yes, and it's a blessing to be shot 3 times and still live, to be able to have a testimony and tell people, which way not to go. Felix, thank you for the super sticker. Jezebel spirit in that woman. Exactly. Patrina, John, thank you so much, P-Dot. They're going through the spirit of Jezebel. Thank you so much, Felix. Felix again, not just black women, all liberal women. True. Because again, most women are feminists. How do we know this? Because you've never seen a march or protest against feminism. You've seen a march or protest against racism, against climate change, against the government, for abortion, but you've never seen a protest against feminism. You know why? Because most women are feminists in the Western world. It's true. Most women agree with most components of feminism. Felix, the many men in the church are complacent, just like Ahab. Facts. Felix, King Ahab allowed Jezebel to lead God's people into idolatry and adultery. There's nothing new under the sun. Amen, Felix. Thank you. 100% correct. And that's what we are today, with black men giving their leadership to black women. And so black men didn't want to be leaders. All this notion of black men having to leave the house is a farce. Nobody can make you leave your wife and children. Nobody. So the fact that it happened, it meant that the black man was weak and the black woman was corrupted. There's no way the government would even pitch such a thing to a group of people if they were not already compromised. Nobody can make you break your family up. I don't care what they say. So nobody took the black man out of the household. He chose to leave. He chose to leave and let Jezebel take over. Thank you, Miss Reed. Great show, Blanche. I'm here for it. Thank you so much, Miss Reed. Felix says Fani is in her early 50s. So he was in a restaurant in the 1970s, not the 1950s or 60s. There was no segregated areas anymore. Money from anyone is king. Many no business in the liberal north who refuses money. Exactly. Thank you, Fees, for the super sticker. Thank you so much. Yeah, his story was a lie. His story was a lie. It was just a bold-faced lie. And again, part of CRT is storytelling. So most of what you see is you'll see black people on TV telling stories because they don't have actual factual. They don't have any facts to back up what they're saying. I'm gonna show y'all the study where they showed how police shootings weren't based on race. They're not. And then it said that police use of force was more prevalent among people of color. But I would also argue that people of color, on another statistic, are more violent towards the police. These are just data that's collected. And you all talking about defund the police, but you just don't know if they have AI on the streets with robots, they're going to compute data, which means that AI is learning and evolving. That means that AI is going to interact with a group of people and determine their patterns. Now, what do you think a robot's going to think when the robot comes in and the robot has AI in it, which means it can learn and it can advance itself? So when that robot is dealing with black folks, what is that robot going to determine? So again, what y'all are asking for is going to be worse. It's going to be worse. Thank you, Angel Wings. Let's get the likes up. She call y'all the Blanchians. That's funny. Felix, do not entertain mediums and untested spirits. Amen. Thank you, Felix. The flaxseed, Proverbs 30 and 20. An adulterous woman consumes a man, then wipes her mouth and says, "What's wrong with that?" And that's pretty much the spirit that we see in most black women. What's wrong with that? I'm like, man, Fani's and stole the money. Fani's stealing taxpayer dollars. She's stealing campaign funds. She messing with a married man. She working hand in hand with Biden and the communists. What's wrong with that? I agree, Flaxseed. Thank you for super sticker. Thank you so much. Star Baby, all come back to the tree. Matthew 7 and 17. Amen. It does. Thank you so much. I think that's it. Thank y'all so much for tuning in today. Thank y'all for y'all gracious gifts. Again, I love y'all, and I'll see y'all again tomorrow on Compton Disciple said, "Do you ever say anything positive about us black women?" Yeah, of course I do. I say positive things about all groups of people. But the problem is that what black women have a problem with doing is supporting the devil's plan culturally. And so the problem is that if you look at who black women look up to, they look up to women with the Jezebel spirit. They look up to Kamala Harris. They look up to Oprah and Beyonce, Cardi B, Fani Willis. It's a problem. So we have to address the cultural issues that black women have. And the cultural issue is black women have poor leadership. So if black women aren't listening to black men because black men have failed, who are they listening to? They're not listening to God. Because the number one trend among black women is other religions, i.e. cults, witchcraft, black magic, all that stuff. So they're not listening to God. Who are black women listening to? All women have the Jezebel spirit, but only one group of women gets a pass for it. That's black women. White women don't. White women, if Fani Willis was white, it would be split of who supported her and who didn't. The majority of black women support Fani Willis. There's no nuance in Fani Willis. The majority of black women support what she's doing. And if I bring up things like, well, what about this, this, and this? They say, what's wrong with that? Well, feminism, again, like I said, feminism is an offspring of the Jezebel spirit. And feminism, most women in Western countries are feminists. Most women in America are feminists. So that goes without saying. The problem is that there is no nuance when it comes to black women. Most black women support the same things. I didn't make that up. And I'm not even saying it's all black women's fault. I talk about the men, but the problem is that nobody actually sits down and talks about actual cultural issues that plague the black community. Why is this like this? Why is this like that? The first thing we got to do is get rid of all these excuses. We can't keep blaming slavery. We can't keep blaming white folks. So we got to come through and cut down all the lies. The reason why people are doing what they are doing is because they are disobedient to what God said. That is just everything in a nutshell. And it's not just black women, but black women get the title of queen and goddess. When a black woman is on TV talking, she's believed. Nobody's questioning her. Nobody's questioning her. And this is not about condemning anybody. This is about correction to fix the problem. What these folks have done in the past for black people has not worked. The Black Panthers didn't work because they were communists. Civil rights movement didn't work because they were communists. None of this stuff works because it's not rooted in God. Because the people that are leading these movements don't believe in God. And the actual godly movements that we had, they were shunned, they were erased from history. So when I talk about the Bible, I'm talking about black women, I don't include my grandmother, my aunts, my mom. I'm talking about a specific culture that this generation of black women are indulging in. It is a culture. It is a way of existence. If you ask black women who they look up to, I guarantee the women are not godly. We can look at voting patterns. We can look at how many black women get abortions. We can look at how black women vote. We can look at all types of metrics to see the marriage rates, the single month. We can look at metrics to see, okay, what is the culture of black women in America? No, she can listen, y'all. A woman can be, listen, the Bible says a woman cannot have authority over man, meaning that she cannot be the pastor of a congregation or a flock. But she can teach God's word. That's not the same thing. A pastor is not bringing a pastor brings the flock under subjection. So it's not the same thing. But anyway, but again, this is not about bashing black women. You know, this is about exposing a culture. And it's not all black women, but it is most. It's not all, but it's most. So for the women that's on my platform and channel, I commend you all in these treacherous times. I do. So I know it's difficult. Because most of these men got excuses. Anyway, you're talking about it. Anyway, I love y'all. I don't want y'all to disagree, on the thing. The whole thing about God, women aren't supposed to be pastors, but women can teach God's word. It's not, that's the whole thing. Well, you don't have to be in the church to spread God's word, though. You don't have to. There's many women out there that have an understanding of God's word and are able to teach it and speak it. But again, we got to talk about context. If it's a church, then there's a pastor in the church. So what Paul is saying is that when there's a man in the church or a pastor, he should be the one leading the flock, not the woman. We're talking about teaching, like maybe even a Bible study or something. That's the whole thing. The whole point of it is that a woman not supposed to have authority over a man. That's the whole purpose of it. I hope that makes sense. But anyway, I love y'all. And I will see you all tomorrow on Cutting Through the Culture. I don't know the topic yet, but listen, I enjoyed tonight's show, you all. I want us all to leave here loving each other, hopefully gaining new friends, because believe it or not, most of us agree on most things, in this space right here. Rita Beta said, I don't want a woman laying or teaching me. That's funny, But listen, I love y'all. I thank y'all so much, and I will see y'all soon tomorrow. Thank y'all. Oh, thank you, Angel, so much for moderating. Thank you, Goddess Navi. Appreciate it. Thank you.